During the pandemic, the government has dispersed funds for Canadians through several temporary programs in an attempt to keep the economy afloat. But what can we expect once the crisis subsides and we're left to figure out our finances? Peter Cishecki from Everything Financial Group joins us this morning. Good morning, Peter. Good to see you.
Good morning, Terry. Great to see you this morning.
Okay, so many Canadians have been receiving the support, the funds from the government to help them deal with lost income or other expenses, other challenges they may be facing. So what do they need to keep in mind when it comes to receiving this money?
What they really need to keep in mind is that they're still going to owe taxes after this is done. The money that they're getting from the government, take the CERB, for example, the $2,000, that's taxable. If you end up with very low income this year, it's not going to be a big deal tax-wise, but if you already had income or then you have income later on in the year, it could cause you a tax bill. And so we're saying to people, think about putting away $300 out of every $2,000 just in case for your taxes that you will owe at the end of the year.
If all that money isn't being used towards some of the bills and much needed expenses, try and put that little bit of that money aside. What about businesses receiving loan money?
Well, the businesses that are receiving and have decided to apply for the $40,000 loan, where they are going to have to pay back $30,000 of that loan, but it's not till December 2022. So what these businesses should do is make sure in their accounting system they account for that money later on, because it would be very easy to forget that, oh, wait a minute, we borrowed $40,000 to keep our businesses afloat, pay our employees, pay bills, pay rent, whatever the case may be. Oh, we owe $30,000, because that's a big bill that can sneak up on you down the road. So make sure you account for that. Maybe even put a little money aside every month when this is over to make sure you've budgeted to pay that loan, because it is a loan. It's not a gift.
Yeah, it would be a really big bill to get as a surprise if you kind of had forgotten about it.
Right at the end of the year, just what you need, a $30,000 bill.
Exactly. So what about in a few months when the benefits stop? Are we going to be seeing any bigger issues?
We could see bigger issues from people who still don't have work, don't have a job. I mean, that's evident among students where they've come out with more student loans, student grant systems and whatnot, where people all of a sudden, the money's dried up. And say you're in a business where you've collected the $2,000, you work in a community center or something like that, and your business just hasn't started up yet and you can't get back to work. Well, then what do? There's no money coming from the government. Say you had EI, that's run out, the CERB has run out, then what do? And you may have to look for a job in another industry, because hard to believe this with all the news we get about the struggles, and there's a lot of people having struggles, but there are a lot of companies out there hiring who need temporary workers because they're really busy during this crisis. So look for another part-time job. Even start looking now while you're collecting a benefit. You should be looking.
Yeah, and there will be industries that will need people. Peter Cishecki with Everything Financial. Thanks, Peter. Have a great day.
Thanks, Carrie. You too. Have a great day.